The 90% win strategy. Michiko's Zen Code.
Hello everyone, I'm Michiko Yukiyoshi. In the fourth installment of the Election Announcer's Manual for the Campaign Team, I would like to learn with you about tips for speaking from the heart and daily practice methods. I've talked about the importance of sincerity in elections, but if you just want to present policies beautifully and with appealing names, you can have a professional record, the narration. That way, you can also reduce labor costs during the election period. However, why is it worth spending on election announcers? There are solid reasons for this. First, you can have real communication without losing voters. Responding to voters who cheer or wave is one of the most important roles. Being able to have that real communication allows your reputation to spread further, like handing out a business card. Secondly, you can make announcements suited to the TPO, time, place, occasion. With recordings, only fixed messages can be played, but in front of nurseries, talk about child rearing support. In front of the elderly, talk about welfare issues. To commuters, discuss employment and infrastructure improvements, targeting policies like verbal bullets. You can make announcements that match the TPO. Thirdly, you can adjust the image you want to present. When the car goes faster, naturally, the range where your voice reaches shrinks, so your message also needs to be shorter. I would like to study this further later. Then, it turns into a repetition of names and catchphrases. In residential areas, the speed slows down, making it easier to deliver longer messages, and election announcers continually adjust the length of messages to match the car's speed, allowing them to adjust the image of the words they want to convey. That's the third point. Fourthly, you can read the political situation from voter reactions and respond flexibly. For instance, reactions were poor in a certain area, very good in another, or someone gave us a word of reprimand. As you travel through different regions, you can grasp the problems of each town and observe voter reactions. Dialect can also be a major charm in communication. Speaking beautifully isn't the only job of an election announcer. You don't need to focus solely on speaking well. Even if you're not used to it, imagine how your earnest efforts appear to the voters. When it comes to campaign techniques, mentioning the candidate's name comes first, then second and third are the policies in order of importance, but if you find it difficult to express these well, please don't worry. Even among professionals who use microphones, many are confident in speaking techniques but struggle to speak sincerely. It's not just about technique. Above all, it's the person's sensibility that matters. Are you good at reading books aloud? It's quite similar to election campaigning. Reading picture books aloud can also be good practice. Ultimately, the most important thing in being an election announcer or campaigning is your heart as you speak. When reading picture books, you naturally try to become the character, don't you? Use that performing spirit sometimes, and with rich expression and your own sensibility, draw the image you want to convey and express it with your voice. It's important to create an image in your mind. Even mimicking the voices of commercials you hear can be excellent practice. There's a practice method where you wash dishes while mimicking the commercials you hear on TV or radio. Since top voice actors and actors are involved, aren't they ideal teachers? Now let's go back and think about it. Elderly welfare, childcare support, agricultural issues, economic policy. What is it that you want to express? And when announcing aloud, can the same expression, a monotonous narration, truly leave a lasting impression on voters walking down the street? As I've said many times, the image of the person you want to convey is crucial. That image becomes a spirit within the words, resonating as a tone. If spoken to in this way, you might find yourself waving involuntarily. If you work hard like this, you'll naturally want to cheer them on. Envision such activities and act with conviction. Because you have the opportunity to speak on behalf of the candidate with a microphone. Understand that it can't just feel like helping out. You need to truly embody being a daughter or family member, conveying the desire for your father to be elected, or it will lack persuasion. That's why in the final stages, the campaign announcer sometimes even cries. Because those election campaign activities are team activities. Voters evaluate you as a team member and your announcements as part of the candidate's image. When you think about it, campaign workers have a huge responsibility, don't they? In sports too, you can't include careless players in the starting lineup, right? Campaign cars and street activities are the very embodiment of the candidate's image. Having a good voice and speaking well is ideal, but it's more important to genuinely unite with the candidate and appeal to people's hearts, rather than using borrowed expressions of praise. To achieve that, you must grasp the basics faithfully and convey what is most important. If you derail, it becomes difficult to convey whose activities these are in a short time and period. The reason is that the speed of the car changes. I'd also like to introduce this to you in more detail another time. Therefore, don't underestimate the basics. Make sure to keep them in mind. You should be able to become a capable election speaker or campaign team member in any setting. Thank you very much. We have learned together the tips for appealing sincerely and daily practice methods in the 4th session. Please continue to watch after this. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Election announcer Q&A corner. Ring, 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 ring. Yes. In the 4th session, we would like to answer various questions. First, here's the first question. During the campaign period, how many people make up the election speaker team? In response to that question, it's usually a 2-person team. Ensure that from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., professionals are continuously announcing. For example, creating a scenario where they switch shifts from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. is a common pattern nationwide. In large elections like national or gubernatorial ones covering wide areas, there are usually at least 5 people, and sometimes cars have 5 or 6 people including attendants with various patterns. Some national elections don't use election speakers. Some places use recordings, which vary, but a 2-person team is the most common setup nationwide. Now, on to the second question. How often do campaign announcers switch out? That is the question. Yes. Generally, they switch every 15 to 20 minutes. For example, if you think of the clock face, when the minute hand moves from 12 to 15 or 20 minutes or to the 20 minutes before the hour mark, it's easier to keep track of the time when the intervals are evenly divided like that. Yes, however, if you are paired with someone who is new to being a campaign announcer, you should be considerate. Starting with 5 or 10 minutes can be nerve-wracking, so for someone very nervous, give them a chance. Say, do it for 1,000 minutes like this, let them do it for 10 or 15 minutes, then try 3 minutes and praise them. Well done. Shall I do it again? This is how you do it. Are you feeling calmer? Okay, shall we try 10 minutes next time? Did you almost lose your voice? Thank you for repeating the name. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for your support while waving. Excuse us in front of the office and provide support from the side. Gradually increase the time for them. I think that depends on the patience of the veteran campaign announcer in the pair. Yes. Also, in my case, when paired with a seasoned veteran, we switch every hour. And during that hour, we're waving and looking for supporters. While looking for supporters, we might also spot a nice restaurant or think that clothing store looks affordable. We check out things like that. There's a historic site or the cherry blossoms are beautiful, and we check out various places and later ask, shall we go? We have conversations like that among campaign announcers. And while talking with the candidate, we might ask, what was the name of that sightseeing spot earlier? Through this kind of communication, I gradually learned that there are so many wonderful places in each area. So the longer the interval between swaps, the more time you spend waving, and while relaxed, you also spend more time desperately searching for supporters here and there. On the other hand, if you switch every 15 or 20 minutes, you avoid getting into a rut. There's nothing more exhausting than listening to a campaign speech that just drags on and on even though you're tired. So, perform for a length of time that maintains a good, brisk pace, and declare at the start how many minutes you can do, so you don't end up arguing with your partner over microphone time. Everyone, okay? Don't fight. I think it's best to switch out every 15 to 20 minutes to avoid fights and maintain harmony. Here's the third question. Are there cases where the hours are earlier or later than 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.? That's the question. Yes. In our case, including myself, we're professional campaign announcers or MCs. We contract based on time, so from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And if there's a shortage of staff before that when standing at the station, we request to be treated as street campaigners. We inform them that we charge an hourly rate. The reason being, a campaign announcer's job is to hold a microphone and give speeches. And even at the station, we can't just stand still. From the morning, oh, good morning. Please take care of us. I am so-and-so. Good morning. Have a good day. Oh, thank you for your support. We call it the morning stand, and during the morning stand, you have to keep calling out in your natural voice the whole time. That's because the microphone can only be used from 8 a.m. From 6:30 a.m. until 8 a.m., we must use our natural voice as vocal practice until we can use the microphone according to the law. While bowing continuously, we say, good morning in our natural voice. Please take care of us. While saying I am so-and-so, we sometimes hand out flyers saying good morning. This is a leaflet with the candidate's profile. Good morning. When you smoothly hand them over with, have a good day, it goes well. But after spending an hour and a half doing that in the morning, you become quite exhausted afterwards. Therefore, even if you're not a professional with the microphone, it's a job that can be done. So we ask you to switch and let the Ugi Suju focus on her professional role with the microphone for speeches. Since you can only use the microphone from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., these are the common times and rules given to all candidates. From 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. it might be earlier or later, but since it's a personal speech meeting, there might be occasions where you also act as an MC. Well, in such cases, whether it's done voluntarily or for a fee as an MC, that's up to each Ugi Suju. But we don't want anyone to strain themselves physically or take on burdens that could affect their speaking tours. So, I think it's best to cooperate within your capacity outside the hours of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I think it's an adult election battle, so please do your best. Thank you very much. With this, we conclude the 4th session of the Ugi Suju Question Corner. We have an announcement for everyone. We are broadcasting the history of elections on the Canary channel and have compiled the history into a bulleted list, narrated. Please do take a look at it. Also, you can download materials and access our company's website from the description box. So we hope you'll make good use of them. Please change the town to a bright and cheerful place with your voices. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
The 90% Win Strategy. Michiko's Zen Code.